Today on the grid, we're congealing. Has your iPhone replaced your camera bag? What? Oh yeah, it's going to be a wild day. Guess who's here? Kuna Man in the house. Stu's here. The crew's here. And we're going to cover all kinds of crazy stuff. We're taking your questions or comments throughout. We've got some lovely giveaways today. And you know what? I'm just going to make a wild prediction. I don't know that this is going to come true, but I feel like it's going to be a fine day on the grid without John Dukes. And it all starts in just 11.4 seconds. Let's go!
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Yeah, for real.
Hey everybody, welcome. It is Thursday around 1 o'clock on
welcome.
the East Coast. Glad to have you guys here. We have a wild day. This is episode 682.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yes.
682, 600. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And we have a very interesting topic today to talk about. Has the iPhone replaced your camera bag? I'm hearing from more and more people that is the case. I will tell you this, when Erik and I are doing our workshops, right? We're getting ready to leave for a workshop a week from today.
Yep.
We're out there doing our workshops, and
this is the funniest.
And people will come up and they'll show us a picture on their iPhone, and they'll show it and go, "Why are we carrying all this other gear?"
Yep.
Because they're looking at what they're seeing on their mirrorless, and these people, they got nice cameras, right? I mean, they're
Usually what it is it's like top of the line.
Yeah,
top of the line cameras. And the best is because that's all I use for scouting anymore, pre-visualization. I don't take out the big cameras until the iPhone looks great, right? So we'll go around and we'll shoot shots. And like you said, I'll go around, we'll show people, and they'll be like, "Ooh, where'd you get that?" Or but then also there's like, "Is that for your regular camera?"
Right.
Like, no, it's from my iPhone. And they're like, and then they pull out their iPhone to take the shot, and they're like, that's when they go to like what you were just saying. They're like, "Why am I even carrying around this?
Why am I carrying all this heavy
backpack with 5 lenses in it and all this stuff?"
All right, I am going to show you something here real quick,
please.
And let me start right here.
Yeah, we're starting off hot.
We're coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
All right, so just let me show you this right here. Wait, I have to wait because this is weird now.
Yeah, because I mean it's going to be weird, but.
All right, so take a look on screen. All the photos I'm going to show you right now are all taken on an iPhone, and not the newest iPhone.
Those are older ones too. Those are probably 11s or 12s.
I've got 7s in here.
7s,
I have photos that were taken. This photo was taken.
I remember that trip. Yeah,
this was taken with the iPhone 7.
Yes.
Right. So. And people are like, "Well, I don't know. I got to bring my other camera. I got to bring my expensive, heavy one and all." And I'm telling you what. So I used to take 2 cameras when I wanted. That's enough. I used to take 2 trips, 2 cameras on my trips, two bodies. You know, like
me
one
too.
goes down.
Me too.
And now I figure I've got a 48 megapixel mirrorless camera in my phone. Yep. I have a lens that goes from 13 to 200. And I'm already going to be carrying it anyway. So if my other phone goes down, I'm not out of luck. Now, I used to feel out of luck when you only had a 3x zoom.
Yes.
That was when your longest zoom was 3x, it was to me was a frustrating experience.
And now we have 200 millimeters.
200 millimeters.
200 millimeters.
Now, when it got to 5, I
felt like it was good.
Because I kept feeling like the thing that's missing is range, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once you got... So 2 things were the big game changers for me. When they introduced the ultra-wide lens, the 13 millimeter, to me, that was a game changer. More so than the incremental other little things that they've done, right? They've done some nice computational photography stuff. I say 3 things. Here's 3 things. Okay, I'm going to say 3. Yes. Number 1, ultra-wide lens. Yes. Number 2, portrait mode.
Oh, yeah.
That was big. And then number 3 was when they got to the 5X. Of course, now we have 8X. Yeah. But when they got to 5X, I felt like this is a good camera. This is a good, solid camera. And now, this is coincidental. It does not have to do with what I'm why we're doing this today, but it is coincidental, that today, the latest update of my iPhone book is going to press.
There you go.
So it's going to the publisher today. Well, it's not going to go on press today, but it's going to the publisher. But it's all laid out. It's all done. It's ready to go. We deliver the books ready to print. They just do the index and send it to the printer. Now, where's the printer, Eric?
Foreign, and it'll take forever, right?
South Korea. South Korea. But so my iPhone photography book for the last 4 or 5 years has been my #1 best-selling book. That's how the interest is. The interest in iPhone photography is huge. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about today as our topic is, has your iPhone replaced your camera bag?
Yes,
So-
and I thought about this personally, right?
Yes.
And it has replaced it for a few genres.
Right.
Travel photography, vacations, any of that kind of stuff, absolutely, 100%.
What about landscape?
Landscape, it's getting there too. Like really, honestly, because I have the long exposure stuff now. I have the raw files. They're very big. They're
What's weird
detailed.
though, you know what I don't think people realize? That for a lot of landscape photography, which is
It's
done
preferred,
early
right?
in the morning,
Yeah.
you can handhold it.
Yeah, it's preferred.
Like
Yeah.
you can handle, we're always setting up a
very good.
tripod and we're waiting and all, and you can handhold time lapses. Like I was doing time lapses in Paris where I'm just sitting there in the metro and I'm just watching and I go click and it starts doing it and it does all the math. And so people will say, why don't we see more time lapses? Because you have to do the math. You have to
Yeah,
kind of
you gotta do all the
understand the
crap.
time thing. And then you have to stitch it
process
together.
it, yeah.
You have to process it. Your phone, you just switch to time lapse and hit the record
It's like the
button.
Pano thing.
You know
too.
what? I can show you one. Hang on one second.
Yeah.
There's no audio.
But that's what it is. It's then that's why we really want to talk about this because I'm not saying, I mean, by any means. Well, I looked at this topic and looked at the question. I think for certain things, absolutely, it has replaced that. Where I don't want to carry a camera bag with 5 different lenses to cover from 13 millimeters to 200 millimeters, or just even multiple lenses.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I love the 24 to 240 that I have, but at the 24, I'm like, well, I want to go wider. I want to go wider. And then I've got to have another lens with me. So
I know
it's just nice to hit a button on your phone screen and it just switches
I
lenses.
swear, I thought I had.
And the one thing I've noticed with the iPhones that
I
I
do have
don't
it.
have is sensor dust. Because that's the problem when I'm switching lenses constantly out in the field. Then I'm getting sensor dust and having to clean my sensors all the time.
All right.
Especially if I'm using my Sonys.
I'm very
They're
close.
like
to
sensor
finding it.
dust magnets.
How am I not finding it? Hang on one
I
second.
even think the Sony has like an attractor to dust for some reason.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I know
don't
it's weird. Hang on.
like it
Where
sucks
is
it
mine?
in.
It sucks it in. It's not that one. It's not.
But yeah, while
that
Scott's
one.
looking, we were giving away some prizes on the show today.
I think that's a good idea. You could talk
good
about
prizes.
those.
Yeah, and I've just been reminded this is episode 682 up there. So 682. All right, we're giving away a Platypod grip today on the show, so somebody's going to win that. This is a great holder for any kind of phone. So iPhone, Android, because that's really what changed it for me as well. Is when I had my old when Android came out with the 10X, which was back in the S20 Ultra, I think it was way back. That really changed it because then you had the wide all the way to telephoto, like Scott's talking about. And then we're giving away a copy of the iPhone photography book. Now this is the first version. Second version is over to print, but somebody's going to win that today. You can get that over on Amazon. And then we're giving away a copy of the night photography book. This is probably the one genre. Well, there's a couple genres, but one of the genres that the phone still it's good, but it hasn't caught up yet. But it's good. It's good. I will say that. And then the Lightroom Classic book, we're giving away that as well. So you can win that. But you can also get this over on Amazon. You can see there's a #1 bestseller in Adobe Photoshop right there. So brand new book just came out right at the beginning of the year. So if you want to know anything about Lightroom Classic, you want to learn Lightroom Classic from the beginning to the end, that's your book. And then we're giving away a copy of On One No Noise AI. Because one of the great things with AI is that it can remove that sensor noise that we have in our images. And so when we're shooting at those high ISOs, where we're used to be afraid of it because we couldn't remove it, now we don't have to be afraid of it. So
I'm still afraid of it.
yep, I understand.
Just kidding.
And then Craig's got a question here while Scott's looking. Do you need a filter if you do long exposures on the iPhone? No, you do not. What you need is what's called an app. And that's what's great about that iPhone ecosystem, or just phone ecosystem in general, is it's all based on computational photography. So there's an app that I use all the time. It's called Even Longer. And what that is I just got to put my phone on a tripod with something like this platypod here, or the grip. So I put that on my tripod. I mean, obviously, you're doing a long exposure, a really long one, you're going to need a tripod.
Yeah, a really long one.
I mean, if you're doing a handheld one, there's another app called Reheld by Reflex, and that's another option for you to do handheld long exposures. That's up to like 30 seconds. If you want to go past 30 seconds, which usually I do, that's where you're going into Even Longer. What's great about Even Longer is don't have to have an ND filter. It does all the math for you. It even has modes for I do star trails in there. I do light trails in there. I do night. There's a night mode. There's a day mode. There's a frame averaging mode. And it looks just like if you were to put an ND filter on. But what's great about it is you're not putting an ND filter in front of your lens, which we all know whenever we put anything in front of our lens, we're going to shift the color or degrade the quality. So it's really nice to not be able to, or to not have to do that. And what's interesting about that, as I remember years ago, is the technology actually was really first introduced in a camera from Phase 1, which was $30,000. The camera was $30,000.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it had built-in frame averaging. And that same technology is what's in that Even Longer app. Same technology as that $30,000 camera.
You
There we go.
stalled long
You
enough.
fill it. All right.
Jeez,
All
it
right.
took me a long time.
He found
all
it.
right. So this is just a 4-second clip. And all I did, hand holding, right, is go switch to time lapse in your phone, hit go. It goes, it does the math, and then you hit stop, and you can immediately watch it. It's already processed. It's already ready to go. Now, this is a very short video. I just did a little tiny one, but take a look. Watch. Here we go.
Yeah. That's so nuts.
It's
It
a cute little
stabilizes
video,
it.
but it stabilizes it and all the kind.
It
And
does
that's
all
why
of
I
it.
was. That's why I was talking
crazy.
about the stabilization in the iPhone is fantastic. So it honestly is
because
just
it's doing
great.
not only the gyroscopic in-body stabilization, it's doing the processing stabilization on the post.
Right.
It has a whole computer behind it in the phone. Like, so it's doing both. And that's what's crazy. People don't understand, like, that's computational photography at work.
Yep.
Like, it's doing all the math.
So Larry's asking an interesting question here. Can you explain the sensor on the iPhone? Is it full frame or crop sensor? All the numbers we're giving you are based on full frame. So when we say it's a 13 millimeter wide,
It's equivalent.
it's equivalent to a 13 millimeter on a full frame camera, and the 200 millimeter is equivalent to a 200 millimeter on a full frame like mirrorless camera.
The sensor itself is actually very small compared to a full frame or a crop sensor. It's very small, but that's where computational photography comes in.
Yep.
Right?
But also, when you look at the images, like I often don't know my own images. I'm looking through trying to find
Oh,
an
yeah.
image.
I get fooled all the time.
I get fooled by my own images thinking that was taken with a mirrorless, and then I go look at the metadata and it's from an iPhone.
Yep.
So as far as full frame goes, it's full frame, but don't let that fool you. What's weird about it is, though, I will say this: the aspect ratio of an iPhone, if you ask me, is incorrect.
Yeah, we want 3x2. Yeah.
So it's 4:3. So your image is not square, but it's a little longer, right? So it's just 4:3, right? But your phone is capable of taking 16:9 and filling. Like if you look at your iPhone's camera, in fact, I'll show you a picture in just a moment, and then we're going to take a break. But I'll show you, and you'll see how much is missing. Give me 1 second, because this is the kind of stuff. By the way, we have the iPhone conference coming up next week.
Next week.
This is the kind of stuff that we're showing you and talking and showing you how to set these things up so you have the maximum success. Give me 1 second on that. I have it right here.
And that's why that conference is even set up, because we've heard back feedback from a lot of photographers that said, I want to go over to the iPhone. I want to start experimenting with this. Again, travel, it's pretty much all I use. And but there's a lot of those little settings, buttons, and dials that you got to figure out.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
And there's things where if you set it up right, you can make amazing pictures. Take a look here real quick. So this is the standard size of an iPhone camera, which is the 4:3 aspect ratio.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to, you can change it. Look at the difference when you shoot in 16:9.
Yeah. You get a
Like,
lot more.
first off, why isn't 16:9 the default? It has something to do with the sensor, I'm sure. But look at the difference, how much more you capture, right? Right? Now, you can get to this in two ways, and I want to talk about this in my class next week. But you can shoot stills in video mode, and that will give you a 16:9. Do you notice that right up in the top right corner, when you're shooting video, which automatically defaults to 16:9, there's a little shutter button up there.
Yep.
You may not have ever noticed it before because it doesn't jump out
It's
at you.
not intuitive. Yeah.
But when you shoot it while you're shooting video, you can shoot a still and it comes out in 16:9. Or you can just change your aspect ratio to 16:9. You can go right up here. Now this is in iOS 26, the current iOS, right? So the only one that Apple still makes. Go up here, click on the 6 dots, and it brings up this little pop-up screen.
Yep,
And
there
there's
it
one
is.
for aspect ratio right there. If you tap it once, it goes to 1:1 square. Tap it one more time, and it goes to 16:9, and both ends of your photo get wider. You can see it right there on screen. It expands down on the bottom, it expands up on the top. Man, it's 16:9. It's like the HD TV size.
Yeah, it's
like
cinematic
cinematic
size.
video size. But photos look great in 16:9, and your mirrorless camera, your regular mirrorless, doesn't really do 16:9 either. It does
3x2.
3:2 instead of 4:3. So the aspect ratio, that right now is my biggest complaint about. If I have a complaint about the iPhone, it's that. I would like to see them fix that. But there are so many overriding great things about it that at the very least
it can to deal with it.
At the very least it can be your second camera.
Yeah.
But when we come back, I wouldn't mind talking for just a minute about things that your iPhone does better than your expensive heavy mirrorless
we'll
camera.
talk about that. And before we come back, Daniel's got a comment here for everybody because we're going to leave this section that, and the best thing is that KelbyOne members get a discount to the Even Longer app. So there you go.
Hey, can I talk to the control room real quick? Switch back to our regular camera. Now switch back. Why is one blue
honestly.
and one? Why is one blue and one green?
We talk about white balance every
White
day
balance
of
is our thing.
every week, and we can't even figure it out.
Come on.
Come on.
I have to tell the control room, hey, look at that, green.
Green.
Do you not see the green color cast in that? I'm talking to the audience, not the control room.
I see it.
I tell
clear
you
as
what,
day.
listen, if this doesn't get fixed, I will send Stu into that control room and he will beat up everybody in there. Every single person will be on the floor because Stu is a ninja. And they won't even see it coming.
They won't.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more color balance corrections.
Nice.
Hey everybody, Kirk Nelson here from Pixel Pro Photography, and I am down here again at KelbyOne Studios in Oldsmar, Florida. This is Photoshop Secrets for Speed and Style. Deadlines are looming, and you have to work smart and fast. I'm going to show you some of the best Photoshop features to optimize your workflow so you can make Photoshop work better for you, and you can actually hit your deadlines with time to spare for some of the creative work. We're talking about custom smart objects. We're talking about actions, custom brushes, and you can actually hit your deadlines with time to spare for some of the creative work. Only here at KelbyOne.com.
He's that big. Look out. Hey, we're
right,
back.
we're back.
We got some shout outs.
Yeah, we got people joining us all over. We got Stan saying hi from Bowie, Maryland. We got Gordon saying hi from Sunny, Florida, right here in Tampa. Lowe's for me is from a windy YOLO, California. And then Jen Crosley, 1866. Jenny Crosley is joining us all the way from Scotland.
Yay.
So we got Mark joining us all the way from Las Vegas, Marty from Buffalo, Daniel from lots of sun in Switzerland. So it's warm there in March. That's nice. Stu's right over here. Yeah, so he's saying hi. Lupus is saying hi from Ontario, Canada. Andrew's saying hi all the way from Sweden. Lori's saying hi from Newfoundland. Herb all the way out in Maui, Hawaii. Ooh, nice. And then Drake saying hi from Vancouver Island. So we got people joining us all over the world.
Thank
and
you,
I
guys.
actually
Very
see
glad to have you
Juan's
here.
adjusting white balance right now.
Juan
Looks
is
like-
adjusting
looks
white
like it.
balance.
Yeah.
Oh, he's shaking
They
his
don't.
head.
They don't have the white balance like dropper tool.
Oh,
you know,
they don't have the eyedropper.
eyedropper.
That's a shame.
Actually, I believe there is an eyedropper in the control room that he could adjust the white balance on that side. Maybe Jason doesn't want to do
Maybe
that.
Jason does. He likes us looking green.
He
and
likes
sick.
it. Turns out he likes it.
Turns out he likes it. All right.
All right, so we're gonna talk. We're talking.
We started going down a whole rabbit hole. Jason rabbit hole.
Yep. So we're talking iPhone, and is it replacing things? So what did you want to show there?
Well, I wasn't going to show anything. I just wanted to talk about the idea that there are certain things that the iPhone does
Yes.
better than your camera. And I'll tell you one right now. I can show you something.
I got a list. I got a list of things for
I'll
that
actually
too.
show you something, and you may know this, but if not, I'm going to show it to you real quick. Must be up, man. So I'm getting ready for this class, and that's why I'm a little here.
I'll let you. I might jump the gun if I give some of mine.
All right, I got it. Here we go. And it is, well, hold on. Let me wait till this thing kicks in. Isn't this weird? I have to hit play like 10 times. You know what it does great? Flipping panos.
Yes.
It does panos so much better than your other camera. It's effortless, and when you're done, it just shows you the pano. It just goes, here it is. You're done. Here's your pano. It makes it. Oh, you were with me when I shot this one.
Yes. It's when you're allowed to go
You
up
were
it.
with me when you shot this one.
Yeah.
You were not with me in China.
No.
But anyway, and you were not there in Dubai. But, and you were not there in London.
I've been there.
But anyway, it does an
Yeah,
amazing
it does a
job.
great
It's
job.
so easy. It's very, very, very quick. It's just, I don't even know what to say. It's like, I just don't do really, I mean, I guess I've done one or two, but you ever see a billboard that Apple does? Apple's done the side of buildings.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
That's because the panos, the size of the files are huge. You could print them on canvas like the size of a building.
Yeah.
So so that's one. That's for me, and I'm going to turn it over to you. That's
Okay, I got one.
of the things I think is much better.
Yeah, one of the things that's much better, and this is just more of a, it's easier to shoot, is street or candid photography. When you're using your iPhone, you're so much less intimidating,
Oh,
right?
but Eric, I got it. Can I add something?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that? Ready?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Let me get my phone.
Well, you also have your camera right there. That's another reason.
Right. So you have you're just looking at it or whatever, and you see somebody across the street. You hit your 200, right?
Yep.
So here's what's cool about it. You can actually see a preview on your phone of what your camera is seeing.
On your watch.
I'm sorry,
On
on
your
your
watch,
watch,
yeah.
on your Apple Watch. If you have an
Yeah.
Apple Watch, you can see exactly that, and you can take the picture from your watch. So if you set your phone up someplace where, you know, it's aimed across the street, and you can look
Yeah,
at
you could be like you're just like checking
and I'm
your
looking at-
calendar.
No
Just
one's
checking
going to
my
think,
calendar.
you know, now, it's either clever or creepy. It depends on how you're using it. But I'm just saying for travel photography. But the second thing is, ready? You can fire your iPhone from your AirPods.
That too.
You get to choose whether you squeeze it once and it fires the camera, or you squeeze and hold and it fires the camera. But you can do it either there or from your watch, either one. You can do a self-timer. There's all kinds of things and ways that you can use it that don't require you to be aiming right at somebody and them seeing you coming.
Okay,
at
so
us.
Cheryl's got the comment here. Aren't iPhone images noisy? Yeah, if you're using like a 7 non-pro, you know, if you're using like the old models.
Yeah, they used to be
were
quite noisy.
like 5, 7, 10 years ago.
Yeah, but they're not anymore.
Like
And even
you
in
just
low
saw
light-
all those images that Scott brought up. They were all iPhone. I didn't notice noise in any of them.
No, and I don't do noise reduction on my iPhone photos because they
Yeah.
don't need it.
Like
I
any
was
of
gonna
those Panos you just showed.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I
some of
didn't-
those were
I
shot in
didn't
low light.
know-
Hang on, I'm gonna
Well,
go.
you would just see
What's the
noise
last
just in
one?
general.
Right. All right. So here, let me
Well,
wait.
that
for
was at twilight. That one right there was at.
Oh yeah, I'm
twilight.
going to show you a number that are indoors or in twilight in low light,
Yeah.
and there's no noise. Right. That's a daylight shot, obviously. This one
Yeah, it's
is just
night.
window light. This one is inside an
Indoor.
opera house, indoors. This one's inside of quite dark, actually. It's not it. That library is not as bright as it appears here. This was in New York, right? So that was pretty. This one was at dusk.
Yeah, I mean it's dark. I was there with him.
Sun's
Like that
already
was
down.
pretty dark.
Yeah, and that's daylight, right? And this
That
one,
one's again
this
another
is
one after
sunset.
sunset.
The sun's already down,
Yeah,
right? So there's all kinds of things here. That's you're with me for that too.
yeah, but that was on a street in late
Apparently,
afternoon.
I shoot a lot with Eric.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That
but,
was way darker than what you see there.
Yeah, I
like
did.
that
I
you
brightened it up,
but
but you know that's what the Photos
Yeah.
app is for.
so to answer your question, I think that's where the misconception is. People are using two things. They're using the basic model because they just bought the SE or even they bought the 11. They didn't buy the Pro version. So they've used that and they've been like, oh, this is junk. If you're using
Yeah.
like a 17 Pro, you're not gonna see any noise.
I run into a lot of people who are on the 14.
Yeah.
Like they just skipped a couple of ones, and it's okay if you want to skip one, but if you're going to be using this as a serious photography tool, Eric talked about this last week. Use
Scott's
the Pro.
talking and I'm on the screen. That's cool.
That's cool. Get the Pro. So in September, right? This is already March. In September, there'll be a new iPhone, the
Yep.
iPhone 18. When you go to buy it, you know what the Pro really means? Pro camera.
Pro camera, pro video.
That's it.
That's what
Pro
it means.
camera and pro video. That's it. If you want a pro camera, get the Pro. There's a number of differences, not just including the extra lenses. And Eric brought up a good point. It's about $200 more for the Pro,
Yes.
but you're getting another lens. You're getting at this point a 200 millimeter lens. Now, I have no inside information because Apple's super secretive, but do I think the camera will be better in the iPhone 18? Yes, I do. I think there'll be new computational photography, new things it can do, and there may be another lens. But you're paying right now, if you buy the Pro, you have a choice between the 17 and the 17 Pro. You're buying the Pro because you want another lens. Now, it's a great lens. I don't know how many great lenses you can buy for $200. It's not many.
It's not even the lens though. The sensors are better on the Pro models. Like
Yeah,
it's
there's
just like
all kinds of
it's
little
like you're
things.
buying like the difference would be if you buy the Pro model, you're buying a mirrorless replacement. But it's you buy the regular models and you're buying a point and shoot. It's just that's a smaller it's just a worse. It's not as good of a sensor. It's still pretty good. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's still pretty good. It's just that's the difference.
Hey, Grumpy Mike's got a good comment here.
Yeah. And Grumpy Mike's asking, are all edits in the phone, or are you dragging into Photoshop and Lightroom?
For me, it depends. I have Lightroom on my phone, and it's quite good. But honestly, sometimes if I just need to do a little thing, I use Apple's Photos app. When would I drag it out of there or go into Lightroom, or even go from my phone by AirDrop to my laptop when I need to do something serious? Like, oh, there's something messed up in here, or I have to remove something large. You know, your phone and Lightroom can both remove simple stuff, and Lightroom can actually do actually a better job than the Photos app does. But if I know this is going to be complicated, then I might even move it to my desktop. But I do plenty. I would say at least half of my images are done in Apple's Photo app. When it's heavier and I know I want to mask, I go over to Lightroom.
Me too. That's the same thing.
Yep.
So you see images, it's usually kind of like a mix. You know, I've got some stats that I wanted to go over. This is like kind of giving it, you know, because I did some research here. So this was an interesting one. And I'm sure we would know that this one's pretty obvious, but I didn't know it was as high. 92.5% of all photos globally are now taken on a smartphone. 92.5%.
Wow.
3 out of the top 6 most popular cameras on Flickr, 3 of the top 6 are smartphones.
Right, because Flickr keeps track of all the metadata when you upload a photo.
And in the top 10 most popular cameras, 0 now are a DSLR. It's the first time it's been 0 that are DSLR.
So they have mirrorless.
Yeah, mirrorless or smartphones.
Well, nobody really makes a DSLR anymore, do they?
Yeah, that's another one. No, they still ship them. They still manufacture and ship them, but not many.
Wait a minute. I'm thinking that's
like you can go to B&H and still buy them.
You might be able to buy what's in stock.
I don't think they're not manufacturing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. And the interesting other one was, because this is broken down by models, that the iPhone 16 Pro was the 3rd most popular camera on Flickr as well, behind just the Canon R6 Mark II, which is what you shoot, and the Sony A7 III. So the 3rd most popular on that list. So I just thought that was interesting. That
is interesting.
Like all those cameras that are out there. I didn't think the 16 Pro, but I mean that's a great camera. It was a great camera.
16 Pro is great.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing that you really get from the 17 Pro is that extra
little more
lens,
reach.
and that's big.
A little more reach.
All right, Pentax is the only company that still makes DSLR.
And you can
Canon
still
doesn't do
buy
it.
'em,
Nikon doesn't do it. Sony, Panasonic, Fuji, OM System, they all dropped DSLR lines years ago and are fully mirrorless now.
Right, and that's what I think I would say is that, like, if you're, for example, if you're watching and you're on a DSLR, I think that you would see the same quality out of a 16 or 17 Pro than you would out of your DSLR.
Wow.
Would you say that?
Yes.
I mean, I think so. Like when I look at the quality versus like my 10-year-old DSLRs. Now, I wouldn't say that about mirrorless cameras, because I do think my newer mirrorless cameras do have it licked, they have it beat. But again, I sometimes don't want to carry around all the lenses and all the gear that goes with it. And this thing's great when I'm traveling. Because it's not only that, it's like we talked about, it's more incognito, it's more compact. But then it's just that whole thing of like, you could just automatically share and upload
instantly,
and like that's the one thing that I don't understand why Canon, Nikon, that's where I think David said Nikon, Sony, and Canon and Hasselblad are not going to be very happy with this episode. Well, if they were listening, which I don't know if they do, the best thing that they could do would be make more of their features like they are on the smartphone. Like allow us to sync it to here really nice and be able to share it immediately and be able to.
The problem is they'd be like, "Oh, we have apps, we can do that. You can already do that." They suck.
They suck.
Their apps suck. All of them.
They're not integrated.
Nikon's, Canons,
they're not.
They suck.
They
now,
do.
Here's another problem. Like on your phone, number one, I don't have to sync to anything else. right? It's
Yeah.
all native.
Yeah,
I can
it's there.
share to anywhere. I can share to email, to messages, to Instagram, to Facebook, to Threads, whatever you want to do. It's all right there, and it's all native. Just boom, share. It's so fast. Number two is there is a huge problem for me with all of the Nikon, Sony, Canon, and Hasselblad cameras. The 3-inch screen is stupid today.
It's so small.
It's the smallest
small.
screen that any of us have for anything except for our watch. But my watch is about the size of the screen.
It's starting to get
that's
there.
on the back. It's a 3-inch or 3.25-inch screen. It's stupid in this day and age where everything is a nice big touch screen, that you got this tiny little touch screen, so your fingers, the user interfaces stink. They stink across the board. Sony's, I think, is the worst. Nikon's is a little better. Canon's probably the easiest, but they all
Actually, Hasselblad's are pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
Hasselblad's
I've
is
used theirs.
probably
They're
good.
pretty good.
The other three, they stink. Here's the other thing. Why, after all these years, it's 2026, I can't have a neutral density filter in my camera? I can't press a button. You know that you can press a button on Canon Cinema cameras.
Yeah.
You can press a button, and there's that you can say, I want a 4, I want a 5, whatever you want.
I think, they
Not
think
on
they
your
have like
DSLRs.
3
No,
different.
My phone can do it. My phone can do long exposures without me even launching another app. I can do long exposures in the native camera app or the native Photos app, and I cannot do it on any of the other cameras that I own. And also, I think for a while, Sony was doing panos in camera. Like
Yep.
it would process it in camera. But that's probably the only one that does it. It's just, there's so many things that are, it's like, and you know what the cameras company keep doing, giving us? More megapixels. Because 10 years ago it mattered. But how many megapixels do you need? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. All right, we have to take a break. We have some
do.
more comments coming in, including
Yeah.
a comment from the president of the Lakeland Rotary.
Rotary
oh, God, look at
Club.
the color from that gym.
Oh, but now
What
it's
happened?
worse. It's worse, people. Oh my gosh, now it's black and white. I guess we could go
Hey, black and
artistic.
white's better.
Hey, that's what you might as well do. Black and white. At least it looks kind of artistic or something.
Yeah, at
I
least
don't
the
know.
color doesn't look bad.
Like, yeah, we can say, hey, it's like gallery. Look at that. It's like,
We'll be right back.
Fine art. Fine art.
Hey guys, Frank Dorhoff here. Welcome in our studio in the Netherlands and welcome to a new class on KelbyOne. Do you ever wonder, like, how can we get more creative with our photography? Are you a little bit afraid when you look at those websites and you can see all those props and they are pretty expensive and you don't know what to buy? Why not start with the stuff that you already have? Why not get some, let's say, emergency blankets, or maybe get a torch? If the light is too bright or too large, use a little bit of piece of cardboard. You will find out that in this class, you will look at your photography equipment in a totally different way. There are no more excuses. I don't have expensive gear. I don't have expensive backdrops. After this class, you will make the best of even an emergency blanket. Join me on this new class on KelbyOne to create great images with cheap materials that you can find in and around your house. And you probably already have a load of them that I'm going to show you in this class. See you online.
Hey, we're black and white. We're artistic.
Look at
Remember,
us.
if
It's
the
a fine
color
art
doesn't
show.
look good, just make it black and white, and there you go. All right, we went over the prizes, right? Do we tell
We
people how
did.
to enter?
We did.
All right,
Just
that's
got to
all
leave us
good.
a comment if
All
I
right.
didn't.
Larry
I can't remember.
Becker, the Rotary president from Lakeland, Florida, the current Rotary president, has a comment.
Yes, he's saying, and the camera stabilization for video since the 13 Pro is awesome. Walk while shooting, then look at the playback, and you'll be blown away.
It's true.
It is true.
It's true. The stabilization for video is unbelievable.
And it just gets better and better and
And it
better
gets
and
better
better.
and better and better. Like, I don't know if you really need to go buy a gimbal anymore unless you were maybe running with it.
Yeah. And then really you could do stabilization in post to kind of smooth it out in like
Yeah.
Premiere. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Look at Brenda's comment.
Yeah, Brenda's saying my iPhone is my only camera. I think you're probably smarter than us.
Hey, John Dukes. John, I'm hijacking your show, Dukes.
Yep.
Says, but just for everyone's information, I was on the grid last week and Stu was not there. He really is just a hologram produced by ChatGPT, not a real person. No, we can verify that Stu is a real person, but Stu is magic and appears and disappears at will.
He does. He does.
That's a whole different topic. All right, anybody else got anything else? That's all we got here. All right, so Mr. Kuna,
Yes.
back to you.
Well, I think that's where I think where we have to shift here now is what are the things though that the phone, because that's the thing I think that hangs up people is, oh yeah, but for my use,
My special use.
my special case, it doesn't work.
Well, now we lost the comment. That was my mistake. There was a comment from someone that said they're shooting a volleyball game this weekend, and the iPhone just can't keep up with the action.
I would agree, yeah.
Oh, it was Craig. There
Yeah.
you go. Sorry. Thank you for bringing that back. So Craig says, unfortunately, my iPhone Pro Max just can't capture the action. It's great for other things. Yeah, it's not for everything. And I'll tell you
It
one
is
thing
not.
it's not for, I don't think. It would do the job, but it would do psychological harm, is to hire a wedding photographer, pay $5,000, and they show up with an iPhone.
I agree with you. It's
Could it do
only
the job?
psychological because
It's
you put that
only
thing
that.
in portrait mode, and I think it would smoke some other wedding photographers. Because
Yeah.
I've seen some wedding photographers that have all this gear that are crap.
Yeah, they're shooting at terrible settings, and they
crap.
don't. Yeah,
And the
So-
and the phone would help them because it actually do a better job.
So could you shoot a wedding with an iPhone and it look absolutely professional? 100%. Would I hire a photographer that showed up with a camera? I would not. If they told me in advance, I'm shooting this with an iPhone, even though I know, I'm like, no.
And I do think what Craig was talking about, their action, that it's still, because it can shoot bursts, but then it degrades quality a little
Yep.
bit. So it's just not there yet. Or the other one for me would be wildlife. That you just can't.
That was my next one,
because you're
yep.
not going to get out at that. So if you're a wildlife photographer, it's not going to replace it.
And you
It's
need
just not.
you need a 600 millimeter.
Yeah, it's just not going to do
4
it.
to 6, and you're shooting at 2. Will it replace it one day? Yeah. If you're a sports photographer, will it replace it one day? Maybe. But
Maybe.
not yet.
Maybe.
It's not great for everything. But like Erik said, there are a few things that are really, really great about it. And like for travel, for landscapes, for street photography, for product photography, there's so many things. But like, would I use it with flash photography? Can it be done? Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll tell
Russell
you,
Brown.
Russell Brown does amazing stuff with expensive flashes that work with your iPhone. That's going to be a game changer when, and it's coming. I don't have intel, but I'm just saying when it's coming. When you can fire a flash and it works as well as just like a Nikon or Canon flash like that.
Yeah, without that crappy menu system that's on
without
Nikon
the
and
crappy
Canon.
menu system, and you have a camera app that just fires the flash, and it works like a pro flash. So right now, my camera requires me to have a transmitter that I put on my hot shoe. Then I have to have a receiver inside all that stuff. I need a built-in receiver. Now, ProPhoto has it.
Yeah, they have it. It's expensive.
It's very expensive. How much is the ProPhoto?
It's $1,000. Yeah, it's like $1,000.
$1,000 bucks. It's like
Which,
$1,000
I mean,
bucks.
yeah, so it's hard. It's like you're like, I'm not gonna do that for like
I
a
know you
phone,
should be able to
but-
buy a flash for
yeah.
$70 for your phone. You can buy a flash for your camera for $70. You should be able to buy one. Let's make it 80. Let's buy an $80 flash like a Yongnuo or a what's the other company everybody uses?
Godox?
Godox. Buy a Godox cheap flash for 70 or 80 bucks, and you should absolutely be able to use that with your phone. That's going to be the next game changer, because obviously, you know, ProPhoto's figured it out. There will be a Chinese company that will also figure it out, and then everybody will start using it. That's going to be the next big change, when people can start doing studio portraits and things like that with a phone. So now you can do it right now. Now I do natural light photography on an iPhone all the time. Natural light stuff, hands down, all the time. Hey, you know what? Can I talk about one more thing I'm going to be talking about in the iPhone conference?
Yeah, let's do it.
So in the iPhone conference, I'm going to talk about a feature that is way underused for portraits. You know about portrait mode, right? But once you're shooting in like live mode or portrait mode, there's a feature called, ready, Studio Light. And it lets you add a light to your subject, and it does an incredible job. I want to show you. Let me see if I can find it. I might have
That
it
is a
right
nice feature.
here. Where's my QuickTime? All right, let me go full screen with this. Hang on, and I will show you. Here we go. All right, so this is a screen capture. All right, so this is a natural light shot, but you could make the case that the light on her is not great. She's not in front of a window. She's in a doorway with windows behind her and windows in front of her. This is shot on an iPhone. Of course, you can see it's in portrait mode. All right, but here's how it works. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to enter edit mode, and then see up in the top left corner there's like a six-sided thing. See how it created a cube on the bottom? See, that cube has a little pop-up menu. If you click and hold on it, we're just going to move one to the right. Look at that. Did you see that before and after? It does it is like a studio light. It's called Studio Light. Plus, you can control the amount of studio light after the fact. If it's too much, you can scroll to the right. If it's too little, you can scroll to the left. But I think that's, and look, that light looks pretty good.
It looks really good. I mean,
It looks
scary.
really good, and it's built right in.
Scary.
So stuff like that.
So here's like this is behind the scenes with Russell, where he's he's shooting here on my computer there, but there's the picture. Right?
Wow.
And if you look at it, like you'd be like, oh, what is that? And then like I obviously it's got to play again, but I kind of like did it out of order. But there's him setting up, you know. He's got his
Black seamless paper.
There's the light. He's got his camera out, and then you kind of like go around. You're like, "What are you using, Russell?" Oh, a phone.
iPhone. Oh,
Oh,
iPhone. Little
And he's
iPhone
getting
there.
those shots. You know, so that's where this idea. It's gone. We've moved on. Like it can happen, and that's where that's part of like that conversation of that stage of where we're at. And if you look at it, like what Russell's doing. I mean, his stuff's just amazing, and
his
he's
stuff
using
is
the
phenomenal.
phone. He's using the phone like it's crazy. So if you ever want to see,
another shot from Valencia. Go down there, right there.
yeah, he's doing some extreme stuff with like, but that's a pro photo on an iPhone, and he's doing kind of that extreme treatment to it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, please.
Yeah, he
Like,
does a lot of great
That's
stuff.
crazy, right? Again,
Wow.
there's using like some lenses and a phone.
Yeah, but he's strictly phone.
Strictly phone.
And I mean, just scroll through his
Yeah,
stuff.
scroll. I
So
mean,
just take a
this
look
is
at
like
this.
when you're like,
This is
oh,
strictly
my
phone."
phone won't do that. My phone won't do that. It's like, yeah, well, now again, he's using a 16 or 17 Pro. You can see there he's doing astrophotography.
Hey,
we talk about it.
Hey, scroll down. Look where he dipped his phone in the water.
Yep.
So you can do that on an iPhone. You can dip it in the water.
Yep. So now he's also, some of these you'd click in and he tells you like, I'm using Google Gemini for this inside of Photoshop or Lightroom, or I'm using
Right, he'll tell
Firefly
you
for
when-
this. But if you really look at he's just embraced, hey, this whole idea that you can't do professional stuff, like, yeah, you can. Crazy.
Wow.
I love his stuff. Yeah. Amazing stuff. All right. So yeah, but that's when you get down to it. It's like you can, there are limitations. I do think, like I talked about it, I think like we saw, you can do night photography. There's just a limitation. There you can do, like, for example, sports photography, but there's just a limitation.
Yeah,
right?
with the sports photography, you're going to need to be very
wildlife,
close to
you
the app.
you can do it, but you got to be very close to wildlife, and that's where you probably won't use it. But
Yeah.
in general, most of the genres that people, what are the most popular ones that people do? Portraits, travel, and landscape.
Yeah.
Like that's the three, right?
Yeah.
Those are covered. Like you look at Russell, that's what he does.
And
Portrait,
travel, yeah.
travel, and landscape.
Yeah, travel. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all covered. Like those
Street.
major ones. So the ones that the majority of people do. So that's where you've got to say, like, do I want to put this into my workflow? And that's really why over the last few years, our iPhone photography conference has been the biggest attended.
Yeah.
Because
Mark's
because
got
of
a
that.
good comment there.
Yeah. Mark saying, if the iPhone ever starts working with strobes, real cameras will be done. Yes, you can use continuous light, but they don't hold up when you need the power of outdoors. It's already there. It's already there with
It's
the
already
Pro
there
Photo.
with ProPhoto.
ProPhoto.
But ProPhoto's it's quite expensive.
just expensive.
I mean, you're looking at him doing studio stuff
Yeah.
there with it.
I do agree with him, though. If we got to that point where you could plug in a Westcott into your, this, and it was
Hey,
$400
Matthew, you wrote sports photography, as Craig mentioned, isn't possible with an iPhone. We actually have a whole class on sports photography with an iPhone.
Yes.
But it depends on the sport, right? It depends on the sport. It depends on how much reach you need and how fast the action is.
That's
the
what
iPhone,
it is.
The iPhone can stop the action with good lighting. It can stop the action really, really well.
I've done aviation with it. And as long as they're close, yeah, like you could
as long
do
as they're
it.
close. But Dave Black had a great thing he said. If you don't have a long lens, he
Yes.
goes, all it means is you're only going to shoot the action that's close to you, or you're going to be running up and down the field with the players.
Yep.
That's a young man's game right there. But you can do it, but is it going to be as good as the other? No, it's not. But it's not that it can't be done, right? I'm sure that if you went and searched for baseball, like baseball would be a good sport.
Yeah.
You could still,
Is the reach, if you get in the right spots, and
yeah,
you
you're
get
not
the
going to be
reach.
able. You're not shooting the outfielders.
Yeah, you're not shooting the outfielders, but any of the action
shooting
in
the
the
batter.
diamond, yeah, you'd probably be all right.
Yeah, and in fact, I'm going to look for that while you keep reading those.
Yeah. And then Brenda's saying Lisa Carney could do a wedding. I agree. Anybody could do a wedding. I think what Scott's talking about is just that whole thing of like, it's the perception, that there is a perception there. If you could get by the perception, I don't think it would be a problem whatsoever. And then John Duke says, the best is when people take their iPhone and try to take a selfie with a bison. Suicidal. And it's like, yeah, well, that is one thing. It doesn't matter if it's an iPhone, though. People will try that with anything. We're just, in general, that's what we like to do. Yeah, so that's what we have so far. I don't see any other new ones.
Hey,
yet.
if you go to Google, there's a ton of iPhone. These are taken with the iPhone 15 now. I haven't put it in the 17 Pro, but there is a ton of photos here taken, sports photos taken, and there's an aviation photo snuck in there.
Yeah.
And there's our class,
Class on
Everyday
Rob.
Sports Photography with your iPhone, taught by a professional sports photographer, incredible sports photographer. So,
But you have to know your limitations, and that's
right,
what
it
it
won't
comes down
do
to.
everything. It's like, obviously, but there's a lot of pictures here that look pretty good that are done, obviously, with the iPhone. So, and again, it depends on what you're shooting, but it's still not where we want it to be, right?
Yes. And I think that's what it comes down to, is I feel like sometimes that's what holds people back, is it's not where I exactly want it to be, so then they just close the door on it. And
Yep.
it's like, instead, we got to kind of embrace it. But speaking of that, I just noticed we got to take a break.
John Duke says it's best when people.
Yeah, I read that one.
Sorry, I was.
You were not paying. You were doing the
All right,
little
he's
world.
right though. He's John Dukes.
He is right.
He's John Dukes.
Oh, look at
We
there.
never got to see John
Now we're
Dukes in
black and white.
though.
Now we're black and white.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we'll take a break.
Dobson looks concerned.
Dobson's concerned.
Hey, I'm Jeff Leinbach. I just finished recording my latest class. a practical guide to picking the right lens. I'm here with a bunch of lenses, and we have a great class for you. We talk about different varieties of lenses, different types of lenses, some lens features that you may not have heard of. We even talk about specific lenses for specific uses in photography. For example, if you're a landscape photographer, what are the best lenses to use? If you are an architectural photographer, what are the lenses that I want to make sure that I'm looking at? Those are the things that we're going to talk about in this class. I also have a handful of quick tips that might help you take care of your gear and make your gear function better as we go along. So I encourage you to join me at KelbyOne.com.
Hello, this is Nikon Ambassador Hilmar Smith, and I'm at the KelbyOne Studios filming my new class. This is going to be a continuation of the why seamless many ways to use it. So today we're going to be using paint, little bows to decorate your why seamless. We're going to be playing and creating like origami and paper boats, paper airplanes. We are creating like a little notebook page. We are wrinkling, we're using so many fun things to level up and use your why seamless in a more creative way. So if you want to level up your creativity, come and join me at KelbyOne.com.
Hello.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, we're back. Two things. A number of people have asked for the link to go sign up for the conference. Here's the link. If you look on my screen right here, that's the link. It's KelbyOneLive.com. KelbyOneLive.com. Just go there and you can sign up. If you sign up right now, you'll save some money. If you wait till next week, and you know what's cool? A bunch of people will wait till next week, and they'll sign up at the last minute.
We're okay with that.
We're okay with you spending $150 more.
We'd rather you just sign up now.
We'd rather you sign up now and save the money.
It helps.
All right, that's number
Helps us
one.
all.
Number two is people have asked, is it also for Android phones? It's really not. It is called the iPhone conference. It's not called the smartphone conference. It is about the... Now, could you watch it and get something out of it? Absolutely, but I think it would be frustrating for you because you'll see some cool feature and you'll go grab your phone, and even if the feature's in your phone, it won't look the same as what we're showing on the screen.
That's what it is. That's
and
what
you'll
it
be
is.
like, well, where's that on mine? And I don't think it will be a good experience for you. Though you would go and learn a lot because we cover so many different things. I'm doing two classes. I'm doing one class on shooting portraits with the iPhone, and I'm doing a second class, which is you saw me do a couple excerpts from it. That will be on. It's like I'm doing like 20 tips that are how to take better travel photos. Like it's all these things I've learned about travel. It's quite good because it covers.
Well, you're going to have a bunch of different things you're getting exposed to. Like I'm teaching a class on how to use your camera how to use your phone as like a professional camera.
Right.
Because there's things that we need to know that let us use it like that. And then I'm doing a class on night photography and night photography with the iPhone. Ramy's he just commented, he's got classes at the conference where he's shooting landscape photography and teaching you all about how to shoot landscape photography.
And he's a phenomenal landscape photographer.
You know, because like one of the things that landscape photographers, I think, miss with the phones is a lot of times because we have a large sensor, we have problems that if we don't focus in the right place, not everything's in focus, right?
This is true.
The nice part with a smaller sensor is it actually works in your advantage for a landscape because the foreground and the background are both going to be in focus by nature.
Hey, I keep seeing a little thing pop on screen that says there's no grid next week. Why is there no grid next week? Our flight's not till like night.
We have the grid next week, guys, because
it's Thursday.
We switched to Thursdays.
Correct.
They're thinking we're on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So
there is a grid now. It says, okay.
Hey, I want to show this because we did
yeah.
this, right? Yeah, we didn't really go over it, but you know, one of the things that's really cool is Nano Banana 2 came out, right? One of the things that is really good now as text, and I just typed in a prompt in a Nano Banana 2 and said, hey, make an infographic of the KelbyOne Live conference. And it pulled this out in 12 seconds, right?
Amazing.
Pretty crazy that it read the site and did all that and got all the text right and didn't. Because the one thing AI has been bad at is text. It's been really bad at translating text or reading text and presenting text. Really cool stuff.
Wow, very
But
good.
We'll have to talk about that in the future.
That's cool. We hope you see you there next
Yeah.
week. You'll be interacting with the other people at the conference and the instructors as well. And it's a lot of fun. And you know what's cool? You get the whole thing archived for an entire year.
Yeah, 1
so
year.
You can go back and watch classes that you want to see again. You can go watch classes that you might have missed because there's 2 simultaneous tracks going on. So if you're in that situation where you go, ooh, I want to see this one, but I also want to see that one, don't worry. You can watch them all. And there's a free pre-conference day the day before. So you have a free day on Monday. The conference starts officially on Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll be busy all the time. There's bonus sessions at night. There's all kinds of, and we do some really nice giveaways.
And
really
what's
nice
great
giveaways
about
at
it,
the end.
like you said, Scott, is if you can't make a day, it's always recorded and archived. And then we have both tracks. You can't go to both tracks. You're going to have them both recorded. That's one of the things with the conference is you're going to get every session archived.
Yep, there you go. So I hope you'll do it. It's you're going to learn a lot. You're going to laugh a lot. You're going to make new friends in the community because it's a very lively community. Like the people are very, very lively in there, and you'll have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of learning, and you will never look at your iPhone the same way after this conference. You're going to get a whole new.
And
respect.
look at those photos that are in the
Yeah, just
background
look at
there.
the photos in the
Every one of
background
those
there.
photos is from an iPhone.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That's crazy.
I know, it's nuts. All right, scroll down. You'll see more
There's
iPhones.
Rick Salmon. I mean,
Yep.
he's doing crazy stuff with
yeah.
it.
Keep going down.
Yeah. There's a
And
little promo.
more iPhone photos.
Yeah. There's another Rick Salmon right there
Yeah.
out in the desert.
Yeah. There you go. Look at that portrait down there.
Oh,
Was that Tracy Sweeney, right? Look at that portrait.
it was up there.
Oh,
right there.
There.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tracy's.
Tracy's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Did we give our prizes away yet?
No, we did not.
Should we give them away,
We
or
gotta,
should we just
we
keep
gotta
them
give them
secret?
away. All right. The Platypod grip is going to Tim Holly 5281.
Hey, Tim.
And then the iPhone photography book is going to, I'm gonna just spell
Lori?
it. Lori, or it's Lori Girth. And then
I don't think it's Girth.
no, it isn't Girth. It's Lori Gith. Is it Gith? Gith? I don't know why I said Girth. Anyways,
It's not Girth.
yeah, it's not Girth. And then night photography book is going to Lewis. And then the Adobe Photoshop Lightroom Classic book is going to Amy Gray. And then on one, the No Noise is going to Running Man with a Camera. Nice name. And then just email us over at gridprize@kelbyone.com and try to claim that by this Friday if you can, please. Yeah. So,
Girth.
yes, Girth. There we go.
Well, my friends, it's time. Thank you guys for
time.
watching. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help make the grid happen. Thanks to our crew here. And thanks to you all for spending some time with us talking about photography. I hope that you'll take this with the open mind that things are changing.
And it's not for, that's the thing is you might have that case where it doesn't work. It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody, but every new phone, it adds more people and more things.
There it is, Girth.
Yeah, on our screen over here,
It
we
was
keep
just so
seeing the
small.
word
I
girth keep
couldn't read it. Dobson had it so small on the screen.
I know, that's
we got
what-
this huge screen and we got like 10-point font. I could read that.
I could read that now. What's he at? 99?
Yeah, it's like 99 points.
110.
That's actually where it should be. Just saying.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.